Hello, everyone. I am Sherry Elzinga, the Director of the Graduate Public Service Internship Program. Every spring, it is our custom to gather in early April to honor and highlight the contributions of our University of Illinois Springfield Graduate Public Service interns and their supervisor mentors. It's always a good time for us to pause and reflect on the work of the past year and to celebrate those individuals who are nearing the completion of their graduate degrees after 2 or 3 years in the program. The current public health crisis has prevented us from being together this year, but it does not prevent me from recognizing the incredible work that has been done in the GPSI program by our students and supervisors, some of whom are on the front lines of this life-threatening pandemic. Never has there been a time when more people have looked to our public service professionals for daily guidance on how to safely conduct our lives, and never has it been more evident that public service professionals are committed to the welfare of all citizens. Those of you who are choosing or who have chosen public sector careers have accepted a huge responsibility to protect the safety of all, whether it be through public health and human service agencies, law enforcement and emergency response, or key infrastructure and regulatory bodies like transportation, professional regulation, environmental protection, and corrections. Thank you for all that you do, and thank you for continuing to educate the next generation of public service professionals who require targeted training to handle the unprecedented challenges of the next several decades. The University of Illinois Springfield has a long history of partnering with the state of Illinois to train public service professionals, and I, along with my UIS colleagues, are committed to continuing that tradition. The following piece highlights the 2020 Graduate Public Service interns who were nominated by their supervisors for the Brian T. Milbrandt Memorial Award for Academic and Professional Excellence. Congratulations to all of the nominees, and very best wishes to all of our students who are graduating from the program on May 9th. Graduation will not look the same this year, but your degree is evidence of your commitment to furthering your education and a testament to your hard work and determination. Many of you have accepted positions in government, and I am proud of the new group of leaders that the University of Illinois Springfield is sending to the front lines of public service. Lionel Hardin, Illinois Department of Central Management Services, nominated by John Baranzelli. In May of 2018, Lionel Hardin was selected to be the GPSI intern in the CMS Office of Operational Excellence, established to administer the statewide Rapid Results Program. Building a robust performance management system was a challenging task that was assigned to Lionel. During the next 2 years, Lionel dove into this task with persistence and determination. He worked with the marketing and communications manager to track and report on statewide cost savings and labor hour savings. He analyzed and developed evaluation reports for dozens of rapid results training programs and classes, and he developed and administered a quarterly leadership attitude survey to all team members, promoting a culture of operational excellence. Most importantly, the data and information that Lionel compiled served as the basis for the central value proposition of the transition report that was developed for the incoming administration of Governor J.B. Pritzker. During the past few months, Lionel has volunteered to help the Director's Office with the administration of the Illinois Vendor Payment Program. This critical program was designed to alleviate cash flow issues for state vendors due to delays in state payment cycles by expediting the time frame of payments to state vendors and service providers. Lionel's help and assistance has relieved a great deal of pressure for the program coordinator and helped ensure this important service continues without disruption during this critical period. This effort is yet another example of Lionel's can-do attitude and his willingness to serve. Maggie Lenkhart, Illinois Environmental Protection Agency, nominated by Chris Presnell. Maggie has helped expand the scope of the Illinois EPA's public outreach and added numerous efficiencies. Specifically, she has been instrumental in the implementation of an online sign-up portal for the receipt of environmental justice notification letters, which informs the public of permit applications received by the Illinois EPA. In addition, she is responsible for maintaining the EPA's Environmental Justice Listserv, which provides relevant information to environmental justice communities, such as grant opportunities or webinars. The Environmental Justice Program is now more transparent and better able to distribute information to disadvantaged communities throughout the state. As part of her final project at Illinois EPA, Maggie is preparing a number of outreach tools designed to explain the agency's complicated permitting process. She is developing easy-to-understand flowcharts and PowerPoint slides explaining the various permit programs in the Bureaus of Land, Air, and Water. The materials will be utilized in the future as part of educational modules when environmental justice groups ask that the agency come to their community to explain regulatory procedures. Public expectation of state agencies are growing in regards to environmental justice activities, and Maggie has enabled the Illinois EPA to meet those expectations. Nate Russell, Illinois Department of Public Health, nominated by Paula Atterbury. Cannabis legislation was passed last session by the General Assembly, which required implementation by the Public Health Office of Medical Cannabis. Nate was instrumental in assisting the office to make crucial changes to multiple medical cannabis websites in order to inform the public of these important changes. She also aided in the investigations of providers who needed to comply with medical cannabis certification. She spent many hours doing research on patient records in order to resolve these certification issues. She has literally improved the lives of many medical cannabis patients over her 3 years at IDPH. She treats her constituency with respect, kindness, and compassion, and she spends a significant amount of time with each person she helps, many who are elderly, by aiding in the completion and submission of documentation allowing these patients to receive treatment with medical cannabis. She is helping them alleviate pain and other symptoms from sometimes debilitating conditions. She is making a difference in the lives of patients she serves on the front lines of public health. Nate is timely, professional, and a dedicated student. Her general approach to her work responsibilities would convince others to host a graduate public service intern. Thank you, Nate, for your public service and for being a great ambassador for UIS and the GPSI. Teha Mani Sai Pupala, Illinois Department of Public Health, nominated by Frida Fokum. Teha applies data mining and machine learning expertise to map out areas of Illinois where children are at highest risk for lead exposure. Childhood lead poisoning is a debilitating yet preventable, environmentally induced, and irreversible disease that affects a child's ability to think, learn, or behave. Teha created a real-time, dynamic, interactive map, the first of its kind for IDPH, that serves as a primary prevention visual tool for early testing and intervention in high-risk areas for lead exposure. For the first time in the history of the department, Teha developed an Illinois interactive map of the prevalence of childhood lead exposure grouped by county, age, and socioeconomic status. Teha, a data analytics major with a computer science foundation, gained, applied, and shared big data analytics, querying a real-time Center for Disease Control database system. The database is a centralized system that provides permission-restricted access to limited health record fields. Through this system, local health departments track and manage environmental investigations, abatement, mitigation, and case management activities. All users are new to the database system and learning, just like Teha, who assisted in the writing and updating of codes and scripts that serve as standard querying procedures for this database system. By assisting in the upgrading of the program's data mining, Teha has significantly reduced data analysis time by almost 40%. Thank you, Teha. Christopher Perchner, Illinois Department of Transportation, nominated by Drew Christopher. GIS users, surveyors, and the engineering profession are dependent on state plane coordinates to share information and ensure it is consistent and accurate. With the planned national implementation of the State Plane Coordinate System of 2022, coordinate systems throughout the country will be changing. The new system will affect all states and U.S. territories and has resulted in states having to look at existing and proposed coordinate systems with an eye toward improvement. During his time as a GPSI at IDOT, Chris Perchner has been the key individual in moving the state of Illinois forward in its submittal to the National Geodetic Survey for recommendations, proposed changes to our state plane coordinate system. His knowledge of computer programming and GIS has been invaluable to IDOT, the state of Illinois, and the nation as a whole as we developed our statewide recommendations for state plan coordinates and submit them to NGS for inclusion in the new system. Due to Chris's phenomenal work on this project, he was named a voting member of the Illinois State Plan Coordinate System Committee, joining key individuals from IDOT and several other state, local, and municipal agencies, professional organizations, universities, and industry stakeholders. Chris regularly presented his findings during monthly meetings at an annual conference in February 2020. Chris is a team player. He doesn't turn away from any requests presented to him by his coworkers. While completing the highly technical work for the special committee, he has been approached by other coworkers for assistance regarding technical computer programming issues. Usually, to his coworkers' surprise, he returns a developed script fulfilling the needs of the request within a matter of minutes. He looks for the most efficient way to get the best resolution, and he encourages coworkers to do the same. Emily Brodt, Illinois Department of Natural Resources, nominated by Tammy Miller. Emily Brodt has exceeded all expectations at DNR. One of her many projects was working with the Mason State Tree Nursery to communicate their mission and products available to purchase. She revamped the nursery's website and helped to market their products. Emily met with nursery staff, improved their website, made posters and brochures, wrote a newsletter article, and promoted the nursery whenever possible. Through Emily's efforts, the DNR Mason State Tree Nursery has seen an increase in sales in just the first year and are forever grateful for her skills. Emily requires very little supervision and guidance, not to mention her excellent organizational skills that help to keep her work completed in a timely manner. She has seamlessly assumed the responsibility of editing and formatting 2 monthly newsletters and website development for several programs. She has had numerous positive comments from staff on how well she has improved these media. She even wrote a fantastic article about the GPSI program and had numerous interns, both past and present, share their story. This piece alone would be an outstanding GPSI promo piece to share with potential interns and other state agencies. From helping with field research to raising and capturing butterflies and greeting the public at various events, Emily is amenable to working on projects that aren't exactly in her job description, but are an opportunity for her to learn something new and different. She does everything well and offers advice and ideas that are helpful. Emily is a model employee and team member. Betty Haynes, Illinois Department of Public Health, Serve Illinois, nominated by Scott McFarland. Scott has supervised 13 GPSIs and was also a GPSI himself, so he knows the program well, and he knows the value that it has for IDPH and Serve Illinois. It is because of this experience that he has very high standards for interns. Betty exceeded that standard in every way possible. Betty was not just an intern when she served. She was a member of the staff that worked tirelessly to move them forward. She served as Chief Communications Staff Person, and in that role, she created the first annual marketing plan and expanded upon that plan in her second year. She helped to get nearly 300,000 more people to view Facebook posts and nearly 1 million people to view Twitter posts. She also completely redesigned the Serve Illinois website, which has set 2020 on a pace to make it the most active year for serve.illinois.gov. Outside of communications, she stepped up when another person left and took on planning for the National Service Opening Day celebration in Springfield. She put on a full day of activities and training for 1,000 participants from all over the state. This was not in her specified job duties, but she stood up and asked to take it on. It was the best celebration in the 26 years of hosting the event. Betty brought professionalism to both internal and external communications. She completely changed the marketing plan, and that will pay dividends for years to come. Betty was the first person at her desk, and she always had a smile waiting. She was ready to get to work, and she was ready to back up her team. Yes, she accomplished a great deal in terms of work tasks, but her personality and warmth did just as much for the team. Scott says the team is better because Betty served with them, and they're excited to see her continued development as a leader. Amanda Price, Illinois Environmental Protection Agency, nominated by Christy Morris and Brad Frost. Amanda has been able to take a brand new curriculum created by EPA and UIUC and pilot it into 2 Springfield schools. Before she began teaching the curriculum, she worked tirelessly to become well prepared for this new adventure by contacting and shadowing numerous organizations throughout the state to learn as much as she could. In addition, using new infographic tools, Amanda developed metrics for the agency's 3 bureaus and Office of Energy that are posted to the agency's website to provide the general public with easily accessible information on environmental progress in the state. These dashboards required a significant amount of time and collaboration with programs across the agency to gather data, summarize, and vet the information into metrics that could be translated into visual infographics. These 2 large contributions were in addition to her daily work, which is always efficient, thorough, and high quality. Amanda has taken on a wide diversity of tasks for the Office of Environmental Education and the Office of Community Relations, including numerous special projects, such as spearheading a new display for Illinois EPA at the Stratton Building, helping with our summer internship program, and helping with our 50th anniversary outreach development. She has worked on several projects that were new to the agency and designed to educate and raise awareness of environmental issues for the general public. Her work in these areas raise awareness of the positive contributions of the agency and the information and resources that EPA provides for the general public. Splitting time between 2 offices at the agency, Amanda had to effectively prioritize her projects to ensure timely completion of her work. And now, the winner of the Brian T. Milbrandt Intern Award for Academic and Professional Excellence goes to Christopher Perchner at the Illinois Department of Transportation, supervised by Drew Christopher. Drew wrote in his nomination, "Chris's work on the State Plane Coordinate System will provide benefit for an entire generation of surveyors, GIS professionals, and engineers. Ultimately, his work will dramatically reduce the chance for survey error, project delays, negative impact to the public, and save taxpayer money." It is remarkable what Chris was able to do for IDOT as an intern in his 2 short years, while keeping up with his graduate-level schoolwork. With state and national attention, prominence, and importance to his work, we feel Chris is truly deserving of this award. Congratulations, Chris Perchner.